The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Right out of the gates, here's Smith. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. The numbers from McLaurin a week ago. 5 catches, 78 yards.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy the defense is better focus on.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches. Smith on third down. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Jets will take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Eluding, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Steps away. And that is incomplete. That's not the way you want to start a first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
We've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. Jabril Peppers deep to receive. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's taken to the 26. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, if they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
From the 36, Smith. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. This defense for the Jets, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards. Of everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Again, Smith. This one left side caught by Gibson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
Wide open receiver complete. And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Again, it'll be Robinson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked them back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
Now Smith on 3rd and goal. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Commanders are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After 7-0 on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough. Swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage. And it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. And New York set to take the field. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Now Rodgers to try again after the pick 6. Now the ball comes loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. Extra point try now for Patterson. And it is now 21-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And New York set to take the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. This pass out wide to Hall. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now this throw caught left side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Call that a very strong gain of 24. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On play action, it's Rodgers. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On play action, now Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 13-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On play action, Rodgers. This is caught. And the Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Rodgers with a keeper. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Aaron Rodgers. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Nagar is up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. Taken in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Washington going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see. Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. And this one too low.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Smith. Dancing to his left.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one.
Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Taken in at the 3.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunky yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
On first and 10, it's Hall.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Tackle made by Chase Young. In the third quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming.
Now Rodgers. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Open man is Uzama.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. On fourth down, here's Chris Nagar for the Jet field goal.
From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt.
Nagar's kick is good.
And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And Gibson decides against bringing it out. So here's Washington now to take over.
They were losers a week ago to Arizona, but they're on top here as they start this drive with a 1st and 10. Now Smith.
There's a quick slant, and he's got Terry McLaurin.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the first down sack. Smith. And he's going to go down again.
The former third overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Throwing is Smith. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety.
An absolutely dominating series from that pass rush to record the safety. 3 sacks in a row shouldn't be possible against an NFL offensive line. But there they are, dropping him on 3 straight reps, the last of which came in the end zone for 2 points.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. And it's taken in at the 9. The New York set to take the field. They'll start on the ground. Hall. They find some open field here. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They'd had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they may have some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here. They'll go again with Hall. And some room to roam now. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Straight ahead is Hall. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 41, Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Here's Rodgers. This will be caught downfield by Moore. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is first and 10 right now. Back to the ground with Hall. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. That's always a good place to throw just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on his team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large bodies.
And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Aaron Rodgers with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jets go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point by Nagar is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And Gibson decides against bringing it out. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure, and then and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Geno now to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. From the gun, here's Smith.
He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 37 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays.
On 3rd down, Robinson.
And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will push the lead up to 5. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. So Aaron Rodgers and his offense down by 5, 70 seconds remaining. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Run with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as you understand where they are on the field?
Back to throw, Rodgers. He finds Wilson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. To throw is Rodgers. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays out in quick succession if they can.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Rodgers. And it's caught. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead, and also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
And no, it's incomplete. So they can't convert for 2, but they still have the lead as we get toward the end of the 4th. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now Smith. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Fisher. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Second down and a run by Robinson.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. And that'll keep this a 1-point game.
Yeah, Brandon, that's a tough distance with the game on the line because you'd like to give your kicker better odds than that. Anything 50-plus, we know it's going to be difficult. And that one proved to be just a little too difficult. And now it appears it's going to cost him the football game.
But Charles, we retreat into an